Hey. Hey. Stop that.
Like that, do ya?
No, I do not like that at all. Would be interesting to do a total pacifist, or as much as you can do it in the game run. But again, I said it's not gonna be one of those.
My dear sister,
Even before I screwed things up.
I don't know if I have the strength.
This game is depressing me. Now we'll go visit our sister which we murdered. In a haze of need for blood. You can't water the plant too. The game just trolls you. Where the hell is my stamina? Well, I haven't found a way yet. There is no way to get water from the heater, or the heater, the sink. So I don't know. Don't know how you do it. This place is lousy with skulls. Yeah, you know what? Let's not take that. Oh, hello. You're still here?
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Okay.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence. And I need
What silence? There's been screams from the undead that should be filling up the cemetery.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial, and it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reid. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others.
Is it a trick or something?
Of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat. This terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come?
Okay,
Or
then
did he
if I find it
realize
on
what was
my
going
way,
to
it's fine.
happen?
If not, it's fine too.
I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be
Why
the
the hell
worst
can you take
disease
some water and
mankind has ever
water
faced.
it?
Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take
Damn, I've got all the hints.
the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death.
Alright, that's
And who else if
enough
not his
information.
wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died.
Yeah, you left out the part that we actually killed here.
Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I wanted you to know that you have done nothing wrong. Unlike me.
May I ask what caused the death of
Well, I
your
might have
sister?
drunk your blood.
I'd say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reid. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reid.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reid.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun.
Shashum.
Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel.
Yeah, Whitechapel
Bye
is
for now.
a bad place. Maybe you should find another home. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Goodbye for now.
Hey.
You know you can trust me. Why have you not spoken to me?
Alright, let's go to this funeral.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
Why we can't reveal ourselves to the mother? We don't look like a vampire. And we came specifically back to see her because she was sick. Maybe he can't take the guilt of what he did. You should be there for her, dude.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground.
Losing a child is not right.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Fucked up thing.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done?
Oniska.
If I could only change one thing.
I wouldn't keep
One
their
thing.
screen.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, for sure.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
I know who she is,
What
game.
brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Why?
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for me.
Are we friends?
forgiveness,
When did that
if
happen?
you must.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess.
It's funny that he's very veiny in his face. And you could think that's a vampire thing, but she is not at all. So it's not a vampire thing. Also, can we even go into the church? Can we go on holy ground? Well, we'll find out.
He's mine! I'll take it! You! Get back off me!
Damn.
That your bloody
Okay.
leeches need killing.
Ow. No. No. That's enough of that.
Bloody monster!
Why the hell can't I dodge that? It's weird. It seems like it's auto hit if you are close to be in front of him, even if you try to dodge. Hope they are not cross with us at the church, yeah.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Is that our maker? Damn, that's the guy's huge.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by
Damn.
them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
It's a sheriff. So there is a Camarilla, I guess.
Immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Alright, that's pretty cool actually. So there is a vampire coven or leading faction. Very nice. This game is so heavily inspired by Vampire the Masquerade, is ridiculous. And again, that's in a good way. There's nothing wrong about that.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the
I don't think we should
Very
tell
well,
him.
priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son.
Really?
Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
I guess so.
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you.
That's
no
not what I meant to
excuse.
say.
My dear Mary, forgive me.
That's why would you say
have
that?
been heard, my son.
That's weird.
Your burden will lighten.
I totally killed my sister, guys.
Sincere. Go in peace now and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
That was okay. Sometimes the options
I confess.
you pick
Vicar.
doesn't seem
Do I feel better?
to be what I think
Only
they
time
would say.
will tell.
Like they don't correlate exactly. It's not like you are picking the whole sentence. And a lot of times when games do that, you get... No, I didn't mean to say that. Moments. Alright, where to go rest? Do I have any investigations? No. Well, feeling responsible for someone's death doesn't mean you murdered her. Maybe we feel responsible because she was searching for us, etc. It's gonna be interesting to see what happened though. What happens out of that. I'm guessing there was a reason for that. Probably nothing good. Okay. Am I going the wrong way? Meh. I can turn right and that leads to the hospital, so... Or left. Yeah, left. One down, and that guy didn't hear anything apparently. Wow. Great ears there. Oh, there is a guy with a cross. We'll see if I can kill him with the ultimate.
No rest for the fear no evil.
Damn, he has a lot of hit points. Let's go kill the other guy first. Ah. There we go. Cool. Who else? Where did we... Where the hell did you come from?
Get a taste of it!
Okay. Whoa.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
Is he there? There is something there. Floating with horns.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Speak plainly.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Dude, can you speak plainly, please?
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
Fucking quest givers. What does that mean?
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
Cool scene, but seriously,
So the
Jesus.
vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Nope. Nope. Can't update anything, I think. Can make some of that. Increase the stamina generation by 50% for 15 seconds. 15 seconds, it's not bad. Recipe unknown. Oh, got 2 of this from Crane's clinic.
The flower's dying.
Yeah, I know.
It needs water.
The flower, it is dying. Should I speak to Crane first? Or sleep first? Let's speak to Crane first. Maybe he will also advance time. Let's be sure. If he sends us elsewhere, then I can sleep. What's happening? Who is that?
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song.
Why the hell does he keep doing that with the skull? Stop being creepy.
Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
How can they tell?
By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
I wonder if that's someone I should know.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing.
Oh, great.
This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution.
Who attacked
This
it?
hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us.
Who
We must
died?
restore order and quickly.
Was the guy
The
killed?
dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet.
Oh, the old lady.
I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere.
Don't tell me it's gonna
Duty
be.
nurse is taking care.
They're gonna be vampire.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly.
The priest?
And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Yeah, it was that guy. Okay.
If
We'll
you
rest
don't
first,
mind,
though.
I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
I recently tried to enter a church.
So we couldn't go
It has been
inside.
A very unpleasant
Interesting.
experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and vampirism has proved somewhat insubstantial, to say the least.
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
You used the cross to repel us, so.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I understand your need for blood and will not get in your way. But if you could refrain from feeding within these walls, it would go a long way to defending your case.
I only killed one guy.
What do they hope to achieve?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened, lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton that killed Miss Jones?
There was blood everywhere, but no body. And you know the state she was in.
No body.
I fear for what he did with her. Hopefully he just hid the corpse.
Nobody doesn't say killed.
How did the Guard of Prewen come to hear of this?
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
I just recently met the strangest creature in Whitechapel. He was
Oh, I thought he was gonna talk about our vision.
Me and accused me of hypocrisy.
Perhaps it was a skull.
No, it wasn't.
London streets
We should ask
are
the lady.
overflowing with them these days.
It was a vampire, all right. But what kind, I'm not sure.
The intimidating
very fast.
kind.
If you find anything more about this creature, the Brotherhood would greatly appreciate any information you could spare.
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
Thank you, Edgar.
Okay. Alright, let's level up.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
And probably get Whitechapel to be in an even worse state. Because there will be time passing and now Philippa is dead, so, you know. Alright. Let's get some of this, by the way. Are they all about syringes? Yes. Why would you... I don't know. That seems like it's useless to me, but, you know. Let's see. Maybe. Blood Cauldron. I really like the Abyss actually. Let's upgrade my healing. You may wanna try some raids. What's raids? Oh, that one. It's only 200 damage and you let the beast take over. I don't think that's a good idea. That seems cool, but let the beast take over... eh. Because of its dark nature, this type of ability cannot be used too often. Maybe for a more evil playthrough. Oh, that goes for Abyss as well. That's interesting, I didn't realize that. Huh. All the ultimates say that? All the ultimates say that. What does that mean? Is it because it has a 99 recovery? Is that like a lore way of explaining that it has a long recovery? Or is it the more you use it, the more you are influenced somehow? I guess I'll try it, sure. Although I really like that, so... Might as well try everything. 1000, no. Ooh, barrier is 2 hit absorbed. I should get that. You do have a reset option for free when you tried everything. Oh, cool. I don't think I can get anything else. I should level that up at some point. It's very, very useful and I keep using it. What? Okay, I need to have all the points. Oh, okay. Yeah, see it. I thought it was reset the points you have already spent now. Not all your points in general. Guess I was wrong. So I can't level up anything else. Fine. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Whoa, what the hell happened? What? What actions? Is it because I killed this guy? That makes no sense. Yeah, you guys are screwed. There's no way I can do anything for you. Alright, we need to go around and curing people of fatigue. I don't even have this place. Okay, I need to make a lot of fatigue treatment. Oh, the deaths of the hospital. Yeah, you're right. I do have 7, but we'll make more. You know what? Let's see. What else do we need for this day? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fatigue. 8, 9, 10. 1 nevralgia. 1 cold. 11 fatigue. Okay. I don't have anything for nevralgia or for headache. I do have some headache treatments. First time is free and therefore the XP cost to reset completely increases. Okay, that's fine. I'm not sure I'm gonna use it anyway. We'll see. Alright, interesting. Now I want to go all around the hospital and help people. You know, be an actual doctor. Not that one. That one. What? Oh, okay. This ties to what the Dr. Tippett said, that she's going to be a doctor, but she's a woman, so you know. They don't like women doing things like that. I want to speak to everyone. Cool. I like that the game, basically the world progresses, and they do that by using the resting mechanic. So your actions, inactions, etc. play a role, and it's more organic because basically time passes and things evolve. That's pretty sweet. Yes, don't knock, just get in. Rude.
If you don't mind, I have a few questions.
I'd be delighted to help you if I'm able.
This guy doesn't have any... Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Edgar.
I can't mesmerize him either. Or try to anyway. Anything new here? No. Okay.
So many deaths. What of my own life?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Alright, you are healthy.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent
With your choice of powers, you're mostly a Tremere. You're not wrong.
How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these.
This is what I said. It's the first class I played on
Until it's my
Bloodlines
turn to
too.
have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reid.
We'll see. I'll try
I've
things.
seen what that monster did to the woman.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Oh, now that I remembered, I should try the new ultimate. Yeah, I like this actually. Okay. Yo, vampire.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood. Yes, yes, okay. You are healthy.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion here?
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reid.
She looks like
But I
kinda
took no
Eva
part in
Green
this
too.
massacre.
But did you see or
She could totally make a good
I
vampire.
can't say I did, but the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Disgust on every...
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Alright, you need
Soldier,
some help.
do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reid.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
I also really like that you could screw up the conversation and lose a hint, like with this guy. It was one wrong choice when I was talking about here, I think.
Can you tell me anything about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
It's here again.
What on earth happened here?
A lot of blood, but no body, as they said. And I don't see anything else either. Can maybe check the... not the morgue, the other thing.
I'm quite busy right now.
That guy is basically complaining about everybody else. It's funny.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reid.
This guy is never
see you
happy.
in surgery very
Never. Jesus.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think...
Don't even clean the blood on
We
the
all hold
floors.
fast here, Dr. Reid. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Seriously, this is the most unhygienic hospital I have seen.
How can we be sure?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Any news about my
Stop
operation?
asking me, it's not on my fucking
Is there anything else?
hands.
Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs
This is a
help.
crappy hospital.
And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reid. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Please, tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital.
I heard Miss Jones call for help
I mean,
in her bedroom.
you can at least
Some
clean the
loud
blood.
Voices like people fighting. All of a sudden, it went quiet. And then a nurse started screaming.
Do you know who the nurse was?
Not sure, but I think it was Nurse Hawkins.
Okay. Also, again, we don't know if she's dead yet.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid. Can I be of any help?
No, you're healthy.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
We did that already.
Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target.
You're really kinda full of it, dude.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be?
Oh my god,
God, he can be so irritating.
These two. What is wrong with you people?
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reid.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls.
Dr. Swan guy was there too.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Whoa, frame rate.
How long must I wait, damn it?
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I had shouting coming from the first floor. I was just started.
You have a point about the carpets. I think that was a joke though.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
The same. He doesn't have any problems.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same.
There is something wrong with her fingers. I noticed that on Nurse Crane as well.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a disgrace. How on earth can patients be attacked in their own rooms?
Maybe you should take your son and go away. Hint.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright. Hey, lady. Oh, There is someone dead indeed.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes.
I thought
Poor woman.
they didn't find
Tortured by
the
some savage skal.
body. Can we share this meal? Oh my god. Wow.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible.
Wow, game.
The man, the skal, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, but there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
Oh, there you go. The good questions.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was huge.
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon.
Oh, he's definitely the sheriff, though.
You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign?
Yep.
The hand of God in action?
Definitely the Camarilla.
Repellent unto heaven.
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
You're not wrong there. Although it's a weird thing for a vampire to say.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Can I not ask this? This seems rather rude.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her.
Oh, that's not
I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life unless
that's not
they ask.
That person. Jones, Harris, what? Harriet. I don't remember her name. The old lady. Who the hell is Amelia?
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Ouch.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
So you say.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Alright. You know what? I think this is a good place to end the stream and, for today, because in about 30 minutes, again, E3 coverage will start. Thanks for Soros for dropping by. If anyone watches on YouTube, well, you know what to do. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool session, I think. We got a ton of information, a ton of backstory. We got character progression. And after 12 hours, I still have nothing bad to say about the game. Good stuff. Have a good night, man. I'll see you around.